Being a music producer is fun. It's amazing doing what you love to do. But there's a side that nobody talks about. And I understand why. But I have 6 uncomfortable truths that you should know about being a music producer before moving any further. Let me tell you about them. Let's get into the video. Yo, what's up everybody, and welcome back to another video. And it's me, and they call me Heat. I'm a music producer of over 15 years, and on my channel right here, I show producers how to make some of the best boom bap hip hop style beats. So I know a lot of you watch my videos and you probably think like, yo, that's super dope. That's amazing. He makes beats so dope. Like I see it in the comments. Being a music producer, it is great. It's amazing. It's fun. It's the best thing that, you know, ever could have happened to me. Like this gift that I was blessed with to inspire people through sound, you know, teach people, you know, my ways in this thing that I've developed over the years. But there's just some things about being a music producer that like just nobody tells you about. There's a side of it that nobody really covers like that. I know as a music producer and being in this thing over 15 years, there are a lot of things that I still go through, but I know how to navigate through them and kind of get through those problems now. So hopefully, you know, this video will help a lot of you out there that want to know how do I navigate through being a music producer outside of just making music. So let's get some of the more smaller things out the way. Like the first uncomfortable truth that I have for you is you're gonna be spending a lot of long nights learning to collecting sounds to just creating, just whatever it is, music production related. You're gonna spend a lot of long nights learning, trying to figure this thing out. You know, losing sleep because you made this fire beat and you don't want to stop because you feel like once you stop, you're gonna lose the creativity. You're not gonna get that same vibe when you come back the next day. So you staying up till 4 or 5 a.m. and you gotta be to work at 9, and it's like, dang, I should have went to sleep. That's something that will pay off. You know, I know that you'll feel like, man, I'm not getting enough sleep. You know, it's not happening fast enough. Things like that. I'm working. I'm staying up all night, and it's just not it's not fast enough. Well, you have to spend those long nights learning and understanding what is it that I'm doing. You know, how else are you gonna learn your DAW? How else are you gonna learn, you know, how to mix? How else are you gonna learn how to make beats? How else are you gonna learn how to arrange beats? When you get into sports, you don't just become great at the sport. You know, you spend days, you spend years, you spend hours in your driveway, in your front yard, in the street, at the park, learning this sport, playing this sport, getting your feet wet in this sport before you even become a player of a team or a teammate. So don't beat yourself up, you know, because you know you're spending all this time and you feel that things aren't moving fast enough or you're not learning enough. You know, it takes years, it takes a lot of time, and you have to go through that process to get to success. Now, the next uncomfortable truth, number 2, is the loss of friends, just the loss of people around you, and not meaning death or anything like that, just meaning in the simple fact of people aren't really gonna understand what you're doing. A lot of family, a lot of friends don't understand, or they won't understand what it's like to build a business and a brand. Because essentially, yeah, They Call Me Heat is a brand. It's a business now. So now every single thing that I do, it's under They Call Me Heat. So, you know, making kits, making courses, making videos, you know, making beats, you know, mixing, recording and mixing and mastering at a studio. These are all products that I now have as They Call Me Heat. So a lot of your friends, a lot of your family, you know, they're not going to understand what it takes for an entrepreneur to really build, you know, something up. We don't understand what construction workers and things like that go through when it comes to building a building and actually putting the structure up and then putting the cement there and then putting the different levels of different floors. You know, that's what a producer essentially has to do, is they have to build this thing from the ground up. We need a basement, then we need a first floor, then we need a second floor, then we need a third floor, a fourth, a fifth. We have to keep going with our business. And a lot of people won't understand that, especially if they're working a normal 9 to 5, because what they see is structure. What we don't have as creators is structure. Now, of course, you will need structure. You're gonna create structure in your business, but what I mean by that is our mind doesn't think structurally. Doesn't think basement first, second, third, fourth. It thinks basement, second, fifth, second, third, seventh, fourth. Like, we don't think going straight up. We think, no, I'm trying to get to here. Okay, I might be here though. All right, I'm here now, but then I might be down here. You know, we don't think in that structural way or the structured way. So the loss of friends, that's something that I don't want any of you to get caught up on, because what you are doing essentially is you are clearing the way out for the people who can actually help you build. So you may have lost your best friend. You didn't lose your best friend because you guys just said, F you, I'm out of here. No, you lost them because they don't understand the time that it takes to build this brand up. They don't understand the time that it takes to become great at something. And unfortunately, we have to show and prove. So what that means is you have to continue to get better. You have to continue to take advantage of every opportunity. You have to continue to, show people that something is actually happening from this. Now in this time, in this day and age, you can really be somewhat significant on the internet and not even look like it. Where back in the day, you knew who Pharrell was. You knew who a Timbaland was. It was very rare to see multiples of those producers. So remember that. Show and prove. You may be losing your friends. You may be losing your closest ones around you. But what you're doing is you're making room for people who can now take you into another level, or who can now teach you something better to help you get to another level. Yo, listen, if you struggle at all with making better beats, or if you struggle with mixing your beats, let's say you got great beats, but you just struggle with making it sound good, head over to Bap University.com. I have a few courses over there that will help you with your beat making process, as well as your mixing process. You gotta have better beats in order to sell more beats. You gotta have better beats to get more placements, right? Let me help you with that. I got the Cooking That Boom Bap Masterclass, which will walk you through the full beat making process as to how I make my beats. And I also have the Mixing and Mastering Your Beats Like a Pro Masterclass, which will show you exactly the full process as to how to mix your beats. And there's a bonus in there as well on how to mix vocals too. So I'm gonna show you all of that at BoomBapUniversity.com. Head over there, grab up those courses. I promise you, 15 years of proven experience to get you right. All right, let's get back into the video. Whew, now this next one, y'all. This next one right here, I'm telling you, uncomfortable truth number 3, criticism. That's a big one. That's a huge one. As an example here, my wife told someone that I was a music producer, and it's kind of like that look, like, what? Like, what? When you associate anyone with music, right? It's unfortunate that people look at you like, music? What? You do music? What? Music in the music industry is looked at as something that's so unattainable. The music industry isn't very attainable, isn't easily attainable. But the music business is accessible to anybody out there. I'm in the music business. I'm not in the music industry. There's a music industry where people play this game, and there's this billboards, and there's this Spotify charts and iTunes charts, and people play that game. I actually am in the music business where I teach people. I have products that will help producers excel. I create content that inspires people. I create projects. I create beats. I have beat tapes available, things like that. But I don't play the game of trying to be on the charts. If those things come for me, I am excited, and I will not take that for granted whatsoever. But I'm not chasing that particular thing. What I'm chasing is inspiration. I want to inspire people, and I want to help people. I want to teach people. I want to give people as much as value that I can give to ensure that people are excelling and making it and taking things to another level. If I see a producer that took my tips and they can, they got to another level, great. That's amazing. That's what I'm here for. But people don't understand that. So they look at, producers or anyone that's in the music industry or music business as like, oh, that's what you're doing? Oh, okay. And it's like, no, I am doing that. I have 30,000 subscribers on YouTube. I can't tell you to do that. I can't give that to you, and then you make videos and it works for you. You'll get a lot of criticism. Oh, you still doing that music thing? Or, that's a funny one. You're still doing that music thing. Or maybe you should get a job until this pops off and just focus on that until it happens for you. That's good advice, but it's not good advice. Because what people want you to do is they want you to follow this other dream in hopes that your other dream works. But you also don't want to be in a position to where, you can't take care of yourself. You can't handle yourself. You're homeless or, things like that. You don't want to end up in that type of position. people won't always agree with your goals. They won't align with your goals. So that just means that, you know, you have this goal to be this ultimate great, amazing music producer or whatever, artist, rapper, whatever, and people don't see what they don't know what that looks like. So don't let the criticisms get you down. Don't allow that. You tell them, yo, I'm just gonna keep working. You know, I'm being consistent. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm building a following, and I love what I do. So the next uncomfortable truth number 4, and that's just disappointment. Like, you're gonna go through a lot of disappointment being a music producer. Like, there's a lot of things that are gonna happen to you. And I'm not talking physically, I'm just saying mentally, people are going to try to take advantage of you. So there's gonna be a lot of times where companies will reach out to you. Let's say you're doing your thing, people see you, you're got a nice following, and a company wants to reach out to you. Some companies may take advantage of you, and they may do things or make you sign things, and not make you make the decision yourself, but some people may present things to you, I should say, in a manner that benefits them more than it benefits you. Sometimes you don't find out until later. That's why it's important to read. But sometimes you don't find out until later. It could be a friend, it could be a producer homie, it could be a company that you're working with. Something may happen, or it may just seem like the greatest thing in the moment, but then later on you find out, wow, they really scammed me, or they really got over on me, or they really took advantage of this opportunity over me. Though specifically for me, I had a situation where a DJ, a very prominent DJ, contacted me years ago. He's still in the game now. He's still doing his thing. We connected a little bit. I was sending him beats. He was telling me, we're going to submit these to the label, blah, blah, blah. And I'm thinking, yeah, this is my chance. Like, this guy is really doing his thing. His A&R is talking to me, telling me, hey, and then I get to talk to the DJ on the phone. I get to have a conversation with him, want to fly me out, want to do all these things. And nothing really came of it. After, when it was time for things to happen, nothing really came of it. And it sucked because it messed up some other plans that I had for myself. But that taught me something, and I'm glad it taught me something early on, is that don't just go off of people's word, because that's the easiest way to be disappointed. Have things in writing. Of course, you can't always have someone's promise in writing, but as much as possible, have things in writing. Ensure that, people do stay up on their word. And if they don't, move them to the side. Don't take it to heart. A lot of times people are doing that because they don't know the best way to handle business on their own. They don't know the best way to do things properly. So that a lot of that comes from people just not knowing themselves. A lot of producers always tell me, yeah, I was working with so-and-so and they just stopped talking to me. They got my beats and they just stopped talking to me. Or, we worked on this project and after the project was done, they just stopped working with me. That's fine. That's okay. Because what you didn't lose is the rights to your beats. You didn't lose publishing to some beats. You didn't lose money to some, for some beats. There's a saying, when one door closes, another door opens. And that's true. Multiple doors can open from one door closing up. Don't let disappointment stop you from pursuing. Allow it to teach you how to pursue. So uncomfortable truth number 5. This is a good one. This is one that I love. This is near and dear to my heart. You're going to lose a lot of money. You're going to have a loss of income, and not meaning that, someone's going to take your money or take your income or just take, you're just going to be flat broke. But this thing that we do and that we love, it's expensive. It's expensive. For a good mouse, sometimes can cost you $50, $70. I'm just a mouse. DAWs, DAWs, digital audio workstations cost money. MIDI controllers cost money. Building a PC like I did, that costs money. Laptops cost money. Interfaces cost money. Headphones cost money. Monitors cost money. Every single thing in this costs money. Subscriptions to, your favorite plugin. There are so many ways to get around the expensiveness. Don't get me wrong. But if you truly want the quality and you truly want the best of the best, you have to pay for that. So you're gonna lose money spending money on plugins, spending money on hardware, but there are so many different ways as a music producer that you can make money or make the money back from you spending the money, right? Sometimes when you invest in the equipment, it's like a one time for a long time type of thing. Like these monitors here, I've had these for at least 7 years. I mean, of course I do want to upgrade and get some better monitors, things like that, but that takes time, it costs to get something better. I already have the best of this class. It's going to cost me more money to go up in the class. This thing is going to take a lot of money, and you have to figure out, how am I going to make this money? How am I going to make it? Goes back to needing a 9 to 5. That's why a 9 to 5 is not bad. You use that to invest and get everything that you need. And then if you want to take that leap of faith and move to the next step and do this full time, great. But just know that you need something that will be able to give you revenue, or some type of income needs to be created in order to invest in yourself. And then after you invest in yourself, now you need to use that investment to now make money back. Now, this last one, I wanted to save this for the end because I wanted to touch on this just a little bit and give some examples as to, what or how I went through this thing. So the uncomfortable truth number 6 is failure. You are going to fail more times than none. You're going to fail a lot in this thing. And I think that people take failure or think of failure as like a bad thing. I failed, it didn't work, I'm done with it. They take that as a bad thing. But for me, just like I said about disappointment, you should take the failure as well, analyze it, and see how it can make you better. Because with failure can come in tons of different ways. Failure isn't, I did this for 10 years, it didn't work out, I'm not doing it no more. No, that's giving up. Failure is when you tried something and you try and you try and you try and you try and it still is not working, even after you keep trying, and you just continuously keep trying and it's just not working. That's failure. Anytime that you do something, you want to analyze why it didn't work. Or before you do it, you can say, hey, why wouldn't this work? You want to figure out the problem first. Once you figure out the problem, then you can start applying that and making that your focal point. What I mean by this is, gave a story earlier about how a DJ connected with me and, that didn't work out. I've done other things, like I was on a writing team and we had music on TV, things like that. That was a great experience, but it failed. Not because I just gave up on it, but because there's different factors when you're on a team that need to be in play, and they need to be spoken about at the beginning, right? What is all the possibilities as to why this wouldn't work? If I would have looked at that at the beginning, I would have been like, okay, hey, what about this? What about this? What about this? And we would have had all those things ironed out before anything happened. So again, it's no fault to the team, it's no fault to the people that own it, but me not taking the time to figure out why it wouldn't work is why it didn't work. So you're gonna fail a lot. You're gonna go through a lot of different situations where it's gonna feel like I failed. This is a failure, like I suck, like I'm bad, like this is not working, I'm done. And I don't ever want you to ever feel like you're done with this. Because if you love this thing, you can never be done with this thing. If you love this thing, you will keep going, you will keep trying and keep trying and keep trying and keep trying. Failure is gonna come, you're gonna go through a lot of different things that aren't gonna work. You're gonna try ideas that aren't gonna work. You're gonna try, projects with people that are not gonna work, but that doesn't mean to stop. That means keep going. Because if you got to the point of being able to even be in the position to work with whoever you're working with, that means you're doing something good. It's the time that you have to spend to analyze that we don't want to spend that causes us a lot of problems in the future. So analyze things, take the time to really study and see how you can make something great. And if it doesn't work, cool, where can I take my talents to next? So that was the end. That's all 6 uncomfortable truths about being a music producer. But I have a question for my music producers really quick. What are some things that you struggle with, being a music producer that you were unaware of before, you were a music producer, or something that you just weren't aware of prior to and it just happened to you and you're like, man, I didn't know that's how that goes, or man, I didn't know that could happen to me. Let me know in the comments below. Let's talk about it. Let me know some uncomfortable truths that you have experienced with being a music producer. If you liked the video today and you want to learn more and you just want to talk to me and really pick my brain or really figure out how can I take this thing to the next level, Heat? Like, how can I be a better music producer? How can I think differently? How can I, really help my experiences and really be the best that I can be? Hit me up, BapUniversity.com, and grab up a one-on-one producer consultation right there at BapUniversity.com. All right. Thank you for watching, y'all. I appreciate everybody watching. I'm gonna get up out of here. And until next time, peace.
The Beat Majors.